here again at the Social Business Forum in Milan, together with Frank Eliason from the Citigroup. So you had a talk this morning about your integrated customer service way added with social ideas. The key theme of this conference is also about from social to business. How do you see this theme reflecting the reality out there in the in the world? At Citigroup, it seems that it's reflecting. You're going the way from social to business, but can we compare this also with other companies? Is this is this representative?
I actually think the conference itself has a set theme that I'm seeing throughout, which is twofold. It is, first of all, within your organization, connecting the dots. What is your culture? What is it throughout? Because this is the way the social media world sees you. And then the other piece to the conference I'm seeing is storytelling and the art of storytelling, because that's really what a lot of social media is about. What I see in the real business world today is companies right now still aren't understanding social media. They're not understanding the impacts that it's going to have to their organization, how they structured. They see it as tools, and they keep implementing tools, and then many of them wonder why the tools aren't working, or why social's not seeing them the way they want to be seen. The key things is you have to really come down to that culture. It's not about these tools. It's about the right culture, having a collaborative environment where collaboration is welcomed, and in most places it's not. This shift is going to happen. It's a question of whether it's a slow shift for some organizations or a much longer shift at others. But right now I would say we're still pretty far behind. When you look at social and what's gone on over the past 5 years, initially it seemed to get in there with PR departments, and then all of a sudden marketing departments started going in and doing things. But beyond that, now we're starting to see a little bit of service. It's much bigger than all of that, and that's where we have to get to for success.
Mm-hmm. But you were just saying that we have to talk about culture. Isn't culture deriving or emerging or constructed by the use of those tools?
I would actually say it's going to force a change in your culture. So those that are doing it, that culture is going to become much more collaborative by force. But that's not how they're approaching it. So the best example I can give towards that is look at today in most organizations how they do listening and listening to the social web. They do it in their silo. They do it within maybe their PR department or their marketing department, and they're looking for just brand stuff, as opposed to the intelligence that's offered there and getting it to the product development team, getting it to the innovations team, incorporating this feedback into everything they do. They're not at that stage yet. So it will get us there, and it's going to force it to get there. It's just still slow as can be. And what's happening is most often companies are seeing themselves portrayed, especially larger ones, in a very negative light. That negative light that's being shown out there is really a piece of their culture that exists today, and they have to work on that, and it starts at the top.
Mm-hmm. So starting from the top is that we have to convince the management at first for cultural change or cultural transformation, and then go for the social.
Yeah, and I would actually say the challenge is never the senior staff. The senior staff typically, they really get it and they want it. And I would say the lowest levels in an organization, the millennial generation, love it. It's this middle layer that has not been as strong at adopting it, mainly because they're usually very top down in their approach. They usually they didn't necessarily let the right stories flow upward. They would tell the good stories upward, because we all want our bosses to see good things about us. Instead, it's about showing reality, because social media, whether it's internal social media or external, all it's really doing is showing what's happening within your organization. And so that type of approach or that area of leadership, it's got to be fixed, and CEOs need to recognize that and need to fix it.
Okay, great. Thanks for your answers.
Thank you.